are my Space Marine Terminators. I primed them all with Wraithbone, and then I glazed them over with Seraphim Sepia to get that bone color. So compared to each other, I usually paint my sergeants and officers with the Khorne red weapon, and then for just the regular Terminators, I'll paint black just to give more of a distinction, because a lot of the time with Dark Angels it's hard to tell sometimes. And then for the Crux Terminatus, I paint the skulls white because I feel like it pops more. Gameplay wise, these guys are really good when they deep strike, but if you don't deep strike them, it's really hard to move them across the field because they're so slow. But they're really tanky. They could take a lot of hits, and they could also dish out pretty good hits. The Power Fist are really powerful, and highly recommend them. I use Dark Angel's contrast on the center there. The cannon guy is pretty cool, pretty tanky. But yeah, these play really well in combat patrol, as long as you deep strike them. This is my Terminator captain. I also gave him the Khorne red bolt pistol, Storm Bolter. He's stepping on a Tyranid there. Added some blood, give it some more of an effect. So something I did different between these two power swords is this is just the Farce Heart contrast over the top of Leadbelcher, and then this one is actually mixed in, and it looks like it actually looks better. I prefer how I did this power sword, but still trying to figure that out. Work in progress. It's the little deep strike beacon that it comes with. I painted it to match the Terminators, and then I tried to do a little object source lighting on the red light there. I used a paintbrush. It's definitely harder to do with a paintbrush than spraying it on, but I think it's alright. put some hazard strips right there. This is my Librarian Terminator. It's kind of spicy. Usually they're painted blue, so I wanted to just go with the standard, but I also wanted to make him a little different because he is Dark Angels. So I attached this little pouch on him right there. And then also right here, I made him a Deathwing. I thought that'd be pretty cool, so I have his colors, but I also have Dark Angels green behind that as well. This is my first try at non-metallic metals for the axe. And then I glazed it over with Far's Heart. I think the Power Axe looks pretty cool. For the power trim in his armor, I used white ink to get in the crevices, and then I went over with the light blue. These are my Infernus Marine squad. This is the sergeant. Kind of customized his bolt pistol a little bit. Some gold and white so it stands out a little. And then with his gun, it's different from the normal ones. I'm painted a corn red so he could stand out as the NCO. Also did some heat weathering here. Just Balthasar gold, some purple, blue, and then regular Liberator gold. Seeing Dark Angels. I don't have any insignia on the shoulder pads. I haven't figured out what squad I'm gonna put them in or anything like that, but I also kind of like the clean look. I think some of the red colors make him look too Christmassy sometimes. Yeah. These guys, they're not very good in gameplay, but you do want to use them from a distance, and they are good at shooting anything because they have turrets, so they ignore the cover. But other than that, once they get up and personal, it's not very good.